Good day, everybody. It's Greg Schnell, and I'm here with your Daily 5. So the first stock I want to talk about is Home Depot, and we've seen some really stunning data from the home builders, and quite frankly, I'm so surprised that that has held up. I think the mortgage rates today for the 30-year in the U.S. are 6.46%. Which I think is a stunning level, but nonetheless, the home builders continue to move on. And what we see here on Home Depot is it hasn't moved up a lot. It's had 7 up weeks in a row, but each one of these, the scale's not moving very fast over here. So all of these up weeks, you're moving up $2 or whatever on $300. So it's not a quick move. But what I would say is this week is changing. We're already up 4% after 2 days, recording this on Tuesday night. And what I like about this is we're starting to break this big downtrend that's been going on for 18 months in Home Depot. We're starting to see building material companies turned up, and all of these things are starting to work. So I'm getting pretty excited about the home builders. And as you work through these different stock setups, this is one area that looks particularly interesting, the building materials and the home builders. And we'll be publishing more data on Osprey Strategic about that, and I'll show you how we do that in a second. But everything about this chart is all turning up. And it's the whole theme behind it that I really particularly like. And if we just talk about the shape of the chart again, Home Depot was one of the huge winners. This was 141 to 404 over the last 3 years. And then in 2022, it took a year off. And to me, we're just starting to turn this table. The PPO is just moving above zero again. Those have been very good places to get on board. November, you would have made a nice run. And then back here in 2019 and in 2020, these runs were really solid. So to me, it looks like we're just getting going here. And the longer the PPO stays above zero, just the more money you're going to make. So that one looks particularly interesting. The other thing that we've been talking about at Osprey Strategic on the newsletters have been the transportation stocks. So not just the airlines, but the trucking and rails as well. And all of those are starting to move. And I've over the last 3 weeks, the newsletters were Going Places, which was a picture of a jet airplane, and Wheels was the second one, and that was a picture of a Ferrari. And then last week was a flat tire, because all of these industry groups broke out and then paused and just kind of sat for the week. This week, we're seeing a resumption of that trend higher, and all of these groups seem like they're ready to explode higher. Delta took off meaningfully this week, and what we see on United Airlines is this is already breaking out to new 52-week highs, actually 2-year highs, so 100-week highs, breaking out to the upside, and the stock looks really well set up here to continue. Now, it's had positive momentum here. You can see the volume's been pretty good. We're still trading 10 and 20 million shares a day, but it used to trade a lot more back in 21 and 22. So maybe we'll start to see the volume pick up here as all of these transportation stocks take off for the skies. And some of the other stocks we're tracking at Osprey Strategic are the AI stocks, and lots of people are doing those. So I've got a couple examples here. But this is Fortinet, and what we see right now, you can see up here in the top right-hand corner, if we look in the Zoom panel, this is the highest close we've got on the stock in its history. It looks exceptionally good here. It's been consolidating really from the $69 price point back in April, and it's just starting to move out of this base. So I think it looks pretty solid here. And you can see in 2020 to 2022, it went on an unbelievable run. It was $71, made it all the way up to $74.35, and here we are at $73.66. So perhaps this was the move up, a big consolidation, and now we're going to take that next leg higher. It's positions like that just look really, really strong going in here. And as an example, I'll show you one more here. Here's NXP Semiconductor. This stock, same sort of idea, off the 2020 lows was $55, ran all the way up to $230. Meaningful push, topped out when the stock market topped out, and just now it's starting to break out to new 52-week highs, 18-month highs again, just like that Home Depot sort of trend breaking out. What I think is going on here is we expected the new bull market to come out with technology stocks, consumer discretionary stocks, and communication services, and the top mega cap companies are all in those three sectors. So they kind of hid everything, but they also were leading those three sectors, which should be the growth engines to start a new uplift. And what we've seen now is we're starting to see other names break out here. So I think there's still an opportunity to take this big run, and some of these stocks literally just had to get their feet under them and are starting to run. And we've seen ones like NVIDIA run very, very significantly, and it's pretty hard to put money to work when something's at 38 times earnings. But here's a stock that's consolidated for 2 years and looks like it's ready to rip to the upside. Now, I'm just going to head over to the website and just show you some ideas here. So on the website, we have this gold tab here, and each day we publish US daily setups and Canadian setups. And I write a weekend newsletter. It takes me usually most of the day on Sunday and a weekly video on Saturday to get information out. We do a monthly conference call, but then we have this tab called Opportunities. And what happens in Opportunities is you can go in here and look through a listing of the stocks we have, and we try to update these every week. As we came into this weekend, things had kind of paused, and Tuesday was a pretty nice lift. But what we'll look for is the setups are sitting here, and we want to start to see those break out. So we set this up so that you can go in and look by sector or by idea or theme and try to find them. So if you open up these tabs, what you'll find is a whole list of stocks inside there. And those will give you some clues or some names to at least that look attractive. And also we leave them on there a little bit so you can kind of see how they worked out. Not every stock works out, but again, the idea is to try and present some good opportunities. And if they can continue to run, it can work out pretty well. So as an example, those artificial intelligence stocks, you'll either find them in there or you might find them in the software or semiconductors, depending on what their region is. But hopefully that gives you an idea of how we try to make it easier for you to find winning stocks, and we work pretty hard on this scan engine to try and make sure that you see some really nice setups. And the last one I'm going to go with is under the analog devices. What I like about this one, this is a giant cup with handle, same sort of idea as we've just seen on NXPI and Fortinet, where they've had huge run-ups, topped out roughly November 2022, and here we are now trying to get through that level. We pulled back, any weak hands probably got out right here. Now it looks like the stock is ready to turn higher, and again, a big breakout out of this region where you were in it from, if you just sat there from $185, you've waited a long time to get to this 192 it's at right now. But I think the stock sets up really, really nicely for a breakout to the upside if we can start to see some of these move. So if you like the work we do, I'd encourage you to head over to the Osprey Strategic website. On the home page, you can look at what we do, and it's about $7 for the first month. And then that gives you a chance to go through all our newsletters, all our videos, and the daily setups that we've had going on. And take a look at the analysis. The market is still in a very awkward spot, just in terms of market breadth and that stuff. But that doesn't mean it's not improving, and that area is trying to improve. We've just lived through a 6-day pullback. The market is trying to get going. So with that, thank you for taking the time to join me. It's a tricky market out there, but I think there's some really nice setups, and there's some here that are looks like they're going to get running for the second half of the year. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.